And we're here today with St. Cloud State University baseball coach Pat Dolan. And Pat, can you talk a little bit about the first few weeks of the 2011 season and how the Huskies have done so far?
Well, obviously, we've got off to a good start, 12-2, and getting some national ranking exposure there, which is always nice for the team and helps recruiting. And kind of like the road warriors right now, we've been on the road here in about 5 different states, everywhere from Indiana to Kentucky to Arkansas and Oklahoma. And just going to be nice to get back going here. And our non-conference season really started off well, and we just got to build on that momentum. And right now I told the guys we're 0-0. We got a couple teams in the conference that got games in last weekend, and we had the bye. And this is the main part of our season, and we're coming in with some high hopes and high expectations, and hopefully we can keep the ball rolling from the momentum that we had with our non-conference season.
And looking ahead to the upcoming conference race, and going to be starting down at Mankato this weekend, hopefully. And can you talk a little bit about what you expect from the race this year?
Well, I think you're going to see, just a competitive down to the wire, just like last year. We were 1 inning away, 1 game away from winning the conference, and obviously it runs through Mankato. Mankato's won the last 2, and they've got a great program with a lot of guys returning. And we're hoping we can get the games in this weekend. With Mother Nature, you never know how things are going to go. But a lot of great teams. Winona State's going to be right there. Augustana's got one heck of a team. Concordia, we scrimmaged them in the fall. They're solid, and Wayne State's Wayne State, and Bemidji's getting better. There's really not a lot of soft type of teams in our conference, and with that in combination with the new aluminum bats that kind of they kind of shorten the game up a little bit and kind of even the game out. I think it's any team's race, and should be pretty competitive. Hopefully we're finishing right at the top at the end of the season.
Okay, and one last question. As far as the season so far this year, is any surprises on your team, any individuals that have done some things you weren't expecting?
Well, you always go into the season with the guys from last year expecting them to do some of the same things. And, like I said, these bats, you're not going to see the big home run and big doubles numbers. But, the Joey Bankies, he started off really well. Brian Hansen has really sparked us well. Jordan Smith is Jordan Smith, and his stats don't show it, but he's squared up about 15 balls. He's kind of got the Joe Mauer syndrome from early part of last season, where he's hit a lot of atom balls, I guess. But we've got a lot of guys contributing. We're playing about 13 to 14 guys in the field, and pitching wise, you look at a guy like Kyle Fisher, who we knew was going to be one of our guys, but he's got one of the hardest 2-seam fastballs that I've seen in my 20 years, and he's 4-0 right now. And I'm not saying he's our #1 pitcher, but with all of our starting pitchers back from last year, to put him in there has been a pleasant surprise. Chris Kubitz from Shakopee has just been unbelievable out of the bullpen for us, and probably the biggest, not surprise, but the biggest thing for us is our closer role. Ryan Schwenke, he's been hurt the last 2 years, Division I transfer that's been a JUCO All-American, and he hasn't been healthy, and this is the first year he's actually been healthy, and he's been throwing great in a relief role. And you got him and Jordan Smith at the back end of games. We feel pretty good with all the starting pitchers that we have.